everyone! In the previous part, I created the base model. Now, we'll start by making the UV unwrap for it. In this part, we are going to make the UV unwrap for our model. To do that, we first need to select the loops where our seams will go. Basically, we are creating a pattern, like if we were sewing or gluing this model together. So, we choose the edges that will become our seams. I'm selecting them one by one, loop by loop, and then pressing mark seam. After that, the whole model gets divided into neat UV islands. The hands, the feet, the torso, everything is clean and ready. If we mark something by mistake, no problem, we just select them seam and press clear seam. Now, when everything is ready, I press A to select all and unwrap the model. Then we switch to UV editing, and here we can see our unwrap. Before moving on, I like to tidy things up a bit, move the islands, arrange them properly, just the way I like. Now, in edit mode, I select exactly 1/2 of the mesh and go back to UV editing. And yes, I actually delete the half. I prefer to make the UVs on the applied mirror modifier on the full model, because when you unwrap on the half mesh, it often doesn't look as nice or as clean along the middle line. So I unwrap the full mesh first and then delete 1/2 and apply mirror modifier again. This way both sides of the model share the same UV place. They lie perfectly, one on top on the other. It's great when you don't need asymmetrical textures. It saves texture space and keeps everything neat and symmetrical. Even after the UV unwrap is done and all the islands are placed, you can still change their position or even split some parts if you need to. For example, I realized it would be more convenient for me to paint the face separately. So I decided to move the head to its own UV island. The same with the hands. I separated and fixed them too. It's important that nothing overlaps here. UVs should never intersect. If some parts accidentally overlap, just move them. There are many ways to do that. You can move vertices by hand or select a few points and shift them together to adding everything neatly. The main thing is to remove all intersections and keep the layer clean. You can actually separate any part of your model in the UV editor, whatever part you want to move or isolate. To do that, make sure that UV scene selection option is turned on. Then, in UV editing, choose the selection mode you need, for example, vertices or faces, and simply press G to grab and move them. That's it. The selected part is now separated. You can position it anywhere you like. It's a very handy way to organize your UV islands and keep your layers clean. Now, see the thread dots along the edge? These are pinned vertices. We use pin to fix parts that we don't want to move. To do that, we select the loops that should stay in place, go to UV, pin, and now they're locked. This is useful when we use tools like grab, relax, or pinch. They adjust their width, but pinned points stay where they are. I often use relax to make the texture stretch evenly, so it lies beautifully and without distortion. You can gently brush over the UVs, and the pinned edges will stay fixed while the rest adjusts smoothly. You can still move pinned points manually with grab if you want to refine something. It gives more control. The goal is to make sure that the UV grid looks even everywhere. No compressed or stretched polygons. If some points accidentally split, select them and merge with M. When everything is clean and aligned, the face, hands, and all other parts are neatly arranged. We are ready to move on to the next stage, creating the texture. Now we can start creating the texture for our character. First, we add a new texture. Set the size to 4096 by 2096. Enable the alpha channel to make it transparent and click New. Then we switch to texture paint mode, and here we can start coloring directly on the model. You can paint right inside Blender or later edit everything in Photoshop. Both ways work great. I added some colors directly here first, and then created another texture inside the same shader, this time with a photo reference and a slightly different name, and bake it with Ambient Occlusion. After baking, don't forget to save both files, the painted texture and the baked Unwrap. Then I open them in Photoshop to refine the details. Actually, Blender has plenty of tools for texture painting too, so you can easily stay inside Blender if you prefer. In Photoshop, I open both images, the hand-painted one and the Unwrap, and combine them into a single file. I placed the owl layer on top, removed its black background, and reduced its opacity to blend in softly, so that the shadows added depth to the painted texture. After that, I made a few small corrections in Photoshop. You can save the updated file, reload it in Blender, and continue refining your material here. Here how the texture looks at this stage, already edited and combined with Ambient Occlusion. We are not focusing on Photoshop in this video, so I didn't go into all details of this process, but it's actually quite fun, and I think you'll really enjoy experimenting with it yourself. In the previous part we created the eyes. They are just simple spheres, so the process is pretty straightforward. For beginners, this method will work perfectly. If you find it difficult to make your own textures, I can share mine. I'll be able to download and apply it easily. Now, let's unwrap the eyes. I already have the loops marked. Mark seam is applied, so we just select the loop, press U and unwrap. It creates two small circular islands, which we can then place over our texture. For the eyes, we use the same texture as for the body, just apply it to the cornea area. That's enough to make the eyes look natural and consistent with the rest of the character. Thank you so much for watching, for your likes and subscriptions. I am not saying goodbye. We'll keep going in the next part.